first sentence that is from Captain America quotes, I can do this all day. The I in this is the agent, that is the doer. Then the action that we get is that in the part there is do this. So this particular words expand the action, and also we have the duration or circumstances that is all day, that is expressing continuous ability. Okay. um the next sentences we have a quote from Harvey Dent, The Dark Knight, Batman. Okay, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Okay, from these sentences, we can see that um, from the roles, the experiencer that we have is that the word you, the person undergoing life or death, and also the theme is that the hero or the villain, and also there are also condition and circumstances, that is if you live long enough. Okay, and from the last sentence or quotes is that um, it's not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me. Okay, from this we can see that I have a role as experiencer, and the theme is that who I am underneath, that is represent inner self, and also the action is that what I do. Okay, okay. So from this we have already experienced some of it. I hope you understand. Thank you.
Here I found a semantic anomaly in song, and then the song title is Mystery of Love by Subjan Stephen. And then the very first of line, in the lyric it say that like to see without my eyes. So basically, see is require the use of eye, but saying to see without my eyes describes something that impossible in real world logic. It's grammatically correct, but semantically illogical. So the second finding here is from song. The title is Pretty by Jake. And then the line is, yeah, the sun has good taste. He's peeking through the blinder just to get a glimpse of the face. And then it is a beautiful example of figurative language using personification. And then so basically personification is figurative language that give human qualities to animal, object, or abstract ideas. And then from this line it say that sun has good taste, but sun is actually an object, so it can have a good taste and also can do something like human can do, like picking. So it's a personification. And then from the third finding here is from the song with the title I Wanna Be Yours by Arctic Monkey. And then the lyrics say, I wanna be your vacuum cleaner, breathing in your dust. It's a semantic anomaly because a person cannot become a vacuum cleaner, and then breathing in your dust sounds unpleasant or impossible in a literal sense. And then it's grammatically correct but semantically illogical in a real world. Then from this finding is actually I found some figurative language in this poem with the title Fun by Leroy F. Jackson. The poem is like, I love to hear a lobster laugh, or see a turtle wiggle, or poke a hippopotamus and see the monster giggle, or even stand around at night and watch the mountains wriggle. And it's mostly using a personification, is giving animals and object uh, qualities of a human. And this is I found I love to hear a lobster laugh. Actually, lobster can laugh because it's not human but an animal. So it just a example of personifies a lobster to a human quality. And then the monster giggle. Monster is object or maybe a something abstract because can we don't know if monster is exist, but actually it's not exist, but just take it as an object, and then the object is actually can give. So it's only a human qualities, only human can do that. And then the last one is mountains wriggle. Mountains is an object, so it can wriggle like humans do. So this is the finding is from poem with the title um, I am not yours by Sarah Teasdale. And then for the first is say, I am not yours, not lost in you, not lost although I long to be, lost as a candle lit at noon, and lost as a snowflake in the sea. In this verse, it contain figurative language, like a simile and metaphor. For this simile is like lost as a candle lit at noon, because it compares being lost in love to a candle burning during a daylight, and then lost as a snowflake in the sea, and compares the self to a snowflake melting instantly in the fast sea. So the similar here is using uh, words as to compare. What is this? To compare something to something else. And then for the metaphor is the idea of being lost in you. It does mean physically lost but emotionally, and yeah, emotionally consumed by love.
I'll give the illustration and also the explanation of some of it. Like first, we have antonymy, and the illustration that I use is that clean and dirty. Firstly, antonymy refers to a relationship between words with opposite meanings. These opposites can come in different types, like credible, for example, hot or cold, complementary, alive or dead, or relational, like buy and sell. In this example, clean and dirty are credible antonyms because something can be a little dirty or very clean. Okay, and then we have hyponymy, like the example of the illustration, that is, um, we have a rose hyponym and also the flower hypernym. Okay, what is the meaning? Hyponymy describes a type of or kind of relationship. A hyponym is a specific example, while hypernym is the general category. For instance, rose is a specific kind of flower. and flower is the broader term that includes rose, tulips, lilies, and other things. Okay, the next one is meronymy, and the illustration that I use is that a finger and a hand illustration. Why? Firstly, the meaning of meronymy is that it is a part of whole relationship. A meronymy refers to a part of something, while the whole is called a homonym. For example, a finger is just a part of a hand. You can have a complete hand without its finger. Okay, then we have polysemy. That is uh, what I use the illustration is that food. Food in this can be having different meanings between each other. Like the meaning of polysemy is that it occurs when one word has multiple meanings that are related by sense or origin. For example, foot in this illustration can mean the lower body part of your leg or my leg, and also or the bottom of something like the bottom of a mountain or a page. Okay, so these meanings are connected. They are the bottom of something. Okay, and then we have homonymy. Um, what is homonymy? It is when two words share the same spelling or pronunciation but have completely different unrelated meanings. For example, ring can mean a jewelry that you wear on your finger, or the sound of a bell make or your ringing handphone. The two meanings come from different origins and are not connected in meanings. Okay, so there is some of the examples and illustration of uh, lexical relation.